Namaste, everyone. I'm Jeni Ji. Thanks for tuning in. Now, for those of you who have been watching my videos and my channel, you know that I'm starting to go live on YouTube here doing free psychic clairvoyant readings. So I've just done one. There is one done in April now, one done in May, and I'm going to be going live again in June. So I will mention the dates and such. So keep an eye on it. And then I do give you guys some free readings, right? You have to be subscribed to Jenny. Like, what's up with that if you're not? However, this week I'm going to talk about the cosmic vibes, like from May 31st till June the 6th. Like, oh my gosh, like we are already in June. I just talked to my friend the other day and I'm like, I can't believe it. Like, we're like just coming into June here. Like, where has the year gone? This is a very fast year with the universal 8 energy. And this is a year more about you, more you focusing on you, right? So it's a year for you to delve into your soul, delve into what's working for you. Like, what do you guys really want to manifest? What do you want to happen? How many of you are working on that right now? Seriously, I am. Put your hands up, right? So now, every day, the energies affects us differently. It affects everybody, like even our animals. Our animals are very sensitive, right? So different days, full moons, new moons, all of that, it affects us all. And this new moon, like on the 6th of June, like, oh my gosh, it's a huge power day. It's the 6th month, the 6th day, and we have the new moon in Gemini. Now, make sure you circle your calendars because what happens on the 6th of June, you're going to see those results on the 21st of June. I'm just saying, you got to listen up, right? And the not so good side about the new moon and the full moon is it's very deceptive, right? So when things are very deceptive and one of the not so good things is there's certain people that you know that are friends and so on and so on. They're not going to have your best intentions and you're going to see who they are. So really pay attention to your intuition, right? Like, we all have friends and so on and so on. We all have soul tribes and so on and so on, right? So when you're starting to see these red flags, as I call it, just really pay attention and it can really hurt. You could be like, wow, that used to be my friend, or I thought we were friends, all of those things, and just really reflect on your time in the journey. We all have our own path to walk upon and so on and so on, and lessons to learn. And we all have soul contracts with everybody. So now I'll talk about that a little bit even more. But right now, May 31st, June 1st, you're going to find that, I want to slow down a little bit. Maybe I'm exhausted. I'm going to be letting go more. You could be a lot more, like emotional and such. You might be like, I just really want to make some changes. Like, what wasn't working for me before? Gosh, where am I now with that? Right? Because what happens even on the 1st of June, you might see certain things even come that's going to be connected with the 3rd of June. So you're going to be reflecting past over your past mistakes, lessons learned, and you're going to be like, I just really want to really pay attention even more so before jumping in and making like a really big decision. So just kind of be a little bit more mindful about those dates and, really reflect back over May. Like May was, like every month, of course, has its own energies and so on and so on and so on, right? So take time to reflect back on May. What did you learn from that? Like what was going on during that time for you? What are you reflecting on? What are you letting go of? May 29th for me, it was like my Irish Wolfhound McTavish, he had passed on. That was May 29th, 2014. Like, oh my gosh, like he still comes in my dreams and is with me. I'm also an animal communicator. So I do still connect with my animals that have passed on. And even as you guys know, even Bella, my other dog, but the 29th of May for me was a little emotional. And I'm like, why am I so emotional? And I'm like, oh, that's why. So I zoomed in and connected with McTavish and my Irish Wolfhound. For those of you who knew my story and everything when I was living in Ireland, I got my Wolfhound. I wanted a Wolfhound. I knew his name even a year and a half before, and I have him. And then the rest is history. I'm not even going to go on about it, right? So really pay attention. Might be feeling on the 31st, your feet and your toes, and your pineal gland might be a little bit more sensitive. I mean, I've just had surgery. God be with me, so I'm a little sore. And I can tell you, I chickened out to have all of it done because it would have been really painful, right? And I have to pay for it, of course, right? Out of my pocket. So, and where I have like a big hole like that, oh my God, it's all stitched up. And I'm like, oh my God. And where it is, I have to clean it and I have to like put this lotion on. Oh my God. And I'm like, how? Like I live on my own. So I'm like, how am I going to clean that? Like, how am I going to do that? And as I'm talking, my light just kind of fell over, right? So it's all about taking time for you, right? Really, really important. Self-care, your health's really, really important. I still have to go back and get my stitches out a couple of weeks later. And I'm like, oh, dear Lord, help mercy. Right? Oh, anyways. So just really pay attention to your health. This is a year on health as well. This is a really, really big health year. So the 1st and the 2nd of June as well, you might feel like your head and your teeth and your tongue and your arteries are a little off, right? And these affect your animals as well. They go through these stages. They get affected that way too. So on the 2nd and 3rd of June, you might be feeling a little bit more strength coming back. You might be feeling, I really need to make some huge changes. Like, I would have normally have done this in my past. Like, oh my gosh. And now, what decisions do I have to make? These could be very big, huge, life-changing decisions you have to make on the 3rd. You're going to feel it like the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, right? So you're also going to see even more of where your soul is, like what your gifts and your talents and more of your purpose is. So many people's like, Jeni, I can see now what, like, where my purpose is and why this happened and why I've decided to walk that way and why this didn't work and why that didn't work and so on. There's a lot of growth right now. It's a very transformational day. And you might even like see that somebody's acting a little bit weird, right? Like a friend, or especially pay attention to the 1st of August or first first of June. August, I heard for some reason. I was going to say August, the 1st of August. So I just heard that from spirit. I 24/7 get messages from spirit. If I get more from that, I'll let you know why. But maybe that's connected to August as well, right? I'm just saying. So you might not rush into something as quickly, or you might see more of the results coming through in August, right? So really pay attention to what's happening for you. Like even the 4th and the 5th of June, the sleep could be a little bit off. And some of you might be a little bit nervous as we gravitate and get closer to this new moon. And this is a huge day for soulmates and twin flame reconnections. This is a huge day your soulmate or your twin flame might reach out, or this is a day you could meet your soulmate or twin flame, right? This month is all about Venus energy as well. So Venus energy is relationships in general. It could be like your family, it could be like a friend, your business partner, it could be your person, it could be like your neighbor, like whoever it is, right? So really pay attention to all relationships in general. Really important to pay attention because keep in mind, with the new moon on the 6th, there's a lot of deception on that day, right? So if somebody reconnects with you and you're like, that's interesting. Oh my God, maybe that's my person. Or why are they contacting me? Like, what is up with that, right? You kind of go in that defensive mode. Take some time out. I'm just saying, take some time out. Be really like open for advice. Maybe that's the day you're going to book a reading with Jeni, or whoever, or get some solid advice and such like that, because your soul is your inner GPS, your inner guru. There's lots of messages that come through from our guru within. Pause, take that time out. This is the day when you're really capable of making changes, when you're really capable of, I'm really excited. Wow, right? Maybe you're going to have coffee with your person. Maybe, what, right? So just go with the flow, like go with the flow and don't force things and push things. I have a client that, she's kind of like a weekly client and she's like, Jeni, I just met my person. Is that my person? Oh my God, like this person just started to come up and start talking to me. Oh my God, like his chart, our signs, like, oh my God, Jeni. And I'm like, okay, slow down. Just because you start talking to somebody does not mean that's your person. Be open. You can meet all kinds of people, and that can be turned into a really good friendship. Maybe that person's gonna, like, hey, I actually know somebody that's hiring somebody, and so on and so on. Be open to meet new people and don't automatically think that's my person. That's my person. Right? Be open. Keep your heart open is the key. Even as you're healing, there's a lot of healing still going on for the rest of this year. We have Chiron energy. So a lot of old wounds are healing, and that's going to continue on as well, and well, right? So now on the new moon as well, that's not really a good day for surgeries. If you have to have a surgery, you have to have a surgery. I actually know somebody that's going in for surgery on the 6th. It's kind of a life threatening situation. I'm not going to go into details about it, but it's also a day of healing, by the way, as well, with this new moon. Your animals might act a lot differently with this. There's a lot of passing. There's more people passing on the new moon and your animals passing on the new moon. And I'm always stressing out the point of whenever your intuition or something tells you, gosh, maybe I should phone this person or go see them or reach out, do that. Do that. Don't ever take anybody for granted, ever, ever. Life is very fragile. When your heart is really conflicting within your mind and you're like, I don't know, you're not listening to soul. You're not listening to your inner guru. Is that my person? Oh my God. Right? I don't know. Slow down. Something's not feeling right. Listen to that. Right? Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I do this? Like I'm still debating, do I get a puppy or not? Do I? Right? I'm still so heartbroken over my dog Bella. Very heartbroken. Right? So I'm kind of in conflict with my mind and my heart right now. So it's like, just take that step back. Don't rush into anything. You will know when it's the right time for you, like for whatever decision it is you need to make. Right? I'm actually going to go see a puppy this weekend. It does not mean I'm going to get this puppy. No, it doesn't. Puppy's not even ready yet, but it does not mean I'm going to get it. Right? So take your time. You're going to feel it. You're going to also be more inclined and more in alignment with your mind, more so by reflecting over the past. Also stay in alignment with your heart, right? But listen to your head. So this is where the balance comes out. Like this is a really big week. Soulmate, twin mates, like even my dogs, I've always had that soul connection with my dog, soulmate, my little girl, Bella G, my little puppy who had passed away in February 6th, right? She was like my furry soulmate. She was like my companion, my other half, right? Like my dogs for me are my heart. They're my heart. So for those of you who have animals, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? And of course, whenever you're meeting somebody or you've just met somebody or you're talking to somebody, how does your body feel, right? There's body language. When you're talking to somebody and your body is feeling very calm, you're like, I can be myself. It's really comfortable. You know that there's really good intentions there. And whenever you're talking to somebody, it could be a friend, right? Like I'm saying, it could be anybody, your neighbor, it could be business, whatever. And if you're like, I'm just kind of, I don't know what it is. I don't know, all of that, or your body might feel a little nervous, pay attention because they might not have the right intentions towards you. There's certain people, I mean, I connect with all walks of life throughout the whole entire day, from the second I wake up to the second I go to bed, and so on and so on. And I could, there's different energies I connect with. And even though people you're talking and stuff, I know what their intentions are, and it's not very good, right? But I don't see anything. I observe everything, and I'm like, I like to keep things low key and such like that, but it doesn't mean I'm going to get involved with them. You can hear somebody talk and such like that. It doesn't mean I'm going to agree with them or whatever, you know what I mean? So I can see right through it. I can see right through the bullshit or whatever. So you have to go on your way that feels right for you. And sometimes we have to, repeat certain cycles. Sometimes we really have to, go through that experience again, right? We all have our own journey and such like that. So, and during these new moons and full moons and such like that, like in June, even around, you might find that you're going to be more emotional. Sleep is going to be off as well. You could be more, compassionate within yourself and others. You might be like, I just really want to learn a new skill, or I want to take that course, or I want to learn more about such like that, about this and this and this and this and that. Every now and then I get asked to do talks and all kinds of things like that. And it's so interesting. It's so interesting. And because of a recent talk I did, it's really drawing me towards something else now as well to add on, or we'll see your different direction and stuff too. Right. So it's really different. We all hold our gifts and our talents with wisdom and knowledge from once upon a time ago, many moons ago, many lifetimes ago. So you hold that energy within your soul. You're the same soul. You just came back into this lifetime, male, female, born into a culture, country, or family, or whatever it is, for many, many reasons. That's why I do past life akashic record reading, because it also helps you come to terms of why is this happening, why this, and that, and so on. Why am I still stuck with this person? How come I can't walk away? There's a lot of karmic energy, relationships. How do I walk away from this person? I know they're toxic. How? I will give you those steps and show you the way, how to break free, and so on and so on. Because when you're holding on to certain experiences, it can create a lot of things to go off. When there's different traumas and experiences from your past, you can disconnect from your body and your mind and your soul at times. You go numb from certain situations. And with the Chiron energy here, that has been here, how many of you all of a sudden something comes up and you're like, why did that happen? Why am I thinking of this? Why is that memory sneaking up on me out of the blue? There's reasons for that, because your soul truly wants you to heal. Your soul wants you to work through that. But Jeni, I did. I get that. We all are, and we all have. However, when something comes up again, it's because your soul triggers you on purpose, because they're like, we really want you to work through that a little bit better. We really want you to let go of this, because these challenges, sometimes when we get pushed and challenged, our soul does that on purpose, because they're like, you know what? We see so much more potential in you. We're going to push you. These crises can bring a huge, major transformational, breakthrough for you, and huge quantum leaps. And all of a sudden, that transformation, look back next year compared to today, and you're like, wow, that experience changed me hugely. It was painful. However, I'm very grateful that happened. I don't want to repeat it again, but I'm very grateful that happened, because I learned so much wisdom and experience and knowledge through that pain. Who wants to go through pain? Nobody. But sometimes we have to repeat it. Sometimes we have to go through that a few times before we get it, right? There's a lot of restrictions in the world. I talk about it on my predictions videos and so on, and my vibes. There's a lot of leadership changes coming. June is also a month where you got to be really careful. Please try to stay away from very large crowds. especially in the US. Warning sign. I'm not going to talk about that more. I don't want to freak you guys out. It's a lot of changes coming. There's a lot of changes coming, of course, as I've been talking about. Watch my predictions video. You get full on predictions. My predictions have already happened, coming true, and so on, right? However, if I have a reading with you one-on-one, I read your energy, your soul, your other lifetimes, what messages from the spirit world, from your loved ones, animals, or pets, your energy, what I see coming up for you, and so on, right? So I'm going to pull a couple of cards here from the universe to see what messages spirit has to say for you collectively, right? I don't use cards when I'm with a client. I'm clairvoyant psychic medium, right? However, I'm doing this collectively here on YouTube as well, right? So with this being energy of soulmate, twin flame, Venus vibes, I pulled a couple of my love decks. Love yourself. You want to attract the right person, you have to love yourself first unconditionally, or you have someone else love you, right? When you love yourself unconditionally, you won't just settle just with anyone because you know your worth. You know what you're looking for, right? However, we all have our own path to clear karmic. I've cleared karmic relationships myself. We all have, and so on and so on. Look back and see what that taught you. What did you truly learn from that experience, right? And I always recommend when a relationship ends to not go and rush into another relationship right away, because it's really important to heal your last relationship, reflect on it. What did I learn from that situation? What did I really learn from that? Like, what really did I learn? And when you have let go and healed and taken time out for yourself and know what you want, know what you're looking for, and when you're not even looking, this is when your person will appear when you're not even looking, right? If you jump into a new relationship after a breakup, it's not going to work because you're carrying all that unhealed energy and baggage and experience into your new relationship. So automatically, when your person says something or does something, it's going to cause problems. You're going to get in an argument, or your guards are going to go up, or trust issues, and then it breaks down. So this is why you have to be in that healthy state of mind. What did I learn? I've healed from that. I've moved beyond that. I've forgiven that person within, so I can move forward in peace on my own journey of self-discovery to open up for the new, what the universal forces has planned for me, and so on, right? Law of attraction, you attract who you are, and so on, right? So if I attract somebody and I'm like, oh my God, like, how did I attract that? This is a time for you to take that step back, be honest with yourself and say, okay, why did I attract that? How did I attract that? Take a look within your soul, see what you're still working through and working on. Huge manifestation year, I keep saying. So now let's ask the cards. What is the universal message from the spirit world from the 31st of May to the 6th of June? The message. The message. Oh, and make sure you guys clear your cards too before you use them. Message. What's the message from the spirit world? 31st of May to the 6th of June. How many of you guys subscribe to my channel, for goodness sakes? Please like my video. It helps my channel. Make some comments. Let me know what's going on. Alrighty then. So the card that, oh, cool. The card that fell over here is forgiving and learning. Absolutely. I just mentioned that, right? For you to open up to a new relationship, a new healthy relationship, you've had to have let your past person go and healed from it and forgiven them within. Even if they treated you badly, let's say, you're not saying what you did to me was okay. No, you're only forgiving them. You don't have to say it to their face. You can say it within your soul. It's for you to move on with peace so you can reflect, what did you learn? But how come I haven't met my soulmate yet? Things happen for a reason, come together, divine timing. There's so much more involved with that. So much more involved with that. I'll tell you when you're going to meet your person, right? Book a reading. So anyways, this card, as you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. Like, wow, look at that. Look how incredible that is. The universe talks to us in many ways. There's many signs out there, if you're open to receive. You have to be open. Keep your heart open, even when you're healing, even when you're letting go. Keep your heart open. It will help you heal faster, right? So let's pull it. What deck am I? This one here. There we go. So now, what is the message? And make sure you guys, like during this new moon as well, put some crystals out. Put them out during under the new moon or on your window ledge where that moon energy is coming through. It revitalizes them. Because your sleep's going to be off too. But it's a very healing moon as well, as long as you're balanced within and paying attention and have been healing and letting go. It's emotional. Let the tears flow. Don't suppress yourself. It's a message from the 31st to the 6th of June. Heart chakra. Are you kidding me? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. What was I just saying? Keep your heart open. Like this is Venus, right? This is Venus energy. Your heart chakra. As you're healing, letting go of old wounds or relationships or whatever it is, make sure your heart is open. How many of you guys have told yourself that you love you? I love you. How many of you guys have looked in the mirror, blown yourself a kiss? I love you. How many of you have done that? Oh my God, that's scary. Of course, of course. If you're scared of saying that to yourself, you have to learn how to love yourself. I don't love myself, Jeni. Set boundaries. Do things for you. How many of you guys are doing things that you enjoy doing? How many of you guys are allowing people to walk all over you? How many of you guys are allowing people to take you for granted? And so on and so on and so on. Take a step back. Write down what's not working. Be really honest. Because the truth can hurt, right? Of course. However, this is when you're going to start thinking about making these changes within. So let's ask the animal kingdom, the 31st of May to the 6th of June. What is your message from spirit? Message from spirit. Is your message from spirit? 31st of May to the 6th of June. What is your message from the spirit world? Too many fell out. I didn't feel it. The message. Message from the spirit world. Here we go. Sweethearts. This is the 7 of water. These are kittens. How many of y'all are getting a kitten or have a cat? I love cats, but I'm allergic to cats, actually. I love Siamese cats, my favorite cats. When I was in Colorado, once upon a moons ago, many, many moons ago, I used to have this little cat, Siamese, beautiful cat, come to my window. And I'd put a little milk out there for him and food and stuff like that. And I named him Blue because he had the most beautiful blue eyes. So yeah, I wanted to keep him. And my mom's like, no, we can't keep that cat. I'm like, why not? So he'd come visit me every day and I'd feed him, spend time with him, even though I was allergic to it. But, a little bit of time is okay. But I can't own a cat, right? Because of that reason, I'm allergic. So now the message here is the Maine Coon kitten. It's time to stop procrastinating and make a decision so that you can move forward with a priority. If you need to do more research, then do so. But don't overthink the situation. Listen to your heart. What was the message? Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Start doing things for you. Start making yourself a priority. And you will see things change. How many of you got the vision board going? How many of you guys have written down some goals, like big ones, small ones, and so on? How many of you are starting to work on that? Right? I have my vision board and I work on small and larger goals. Larger goals are going to take longer, of course, right? One of my goals was to get new glasses. So I got new glasses, had my eyes checked. Have to still get the glaucoma test done. I actually forgot to book it when I went back to pick up my other glasses. It's on my list, right? Just little things. I knew I had to have surgery, putting that off, but I got part of it done. Oh my God. Like, holy hole. Oh my gosh. I really need somebody to help me with that. Anyways, what's the message from the spirit world? 31st of May to the 6th of June. 31st of May to the 6th of June. Cancer season. Moving into. Got Gemini vibes. How many of you guys are Gemini? How many guys? What's your zodiac sign here? Let me know what zodiac sign. You guys Leo, Virgo, like Libra? Like, what are you guys here? Oh, wow. So now this card that fell out, as I'm talking about health, right? It's a very health conscious year. And especially you guys, make sure that you're being gentle with your body, like especially when you're going to do a workout or something. I don't care if you're like an athlete or Olympic athlete, right? Make sure you're stretching. Make sure that you are stretching gently, gentle stretches, because there's a lot of sprains and breakages and tears and stuff this year. So be really extra careful, right? So this card that fell over here is respect your physical body, detox, rejuvenate, and relax. It's really important to relax, of course, take time out for you, because if you don't, you're going to get exhausted and burnt out and rested, and then you're not going to see clarity, right? Rejuvenate, take time out for you. Like, maybe go on a nature hike, maybe whatever it is, whatever you enjoy doing, like if it's painting, some of your hobbies or whatever it is like that. This is a snowy card. Maybe some of you guys are planning this, like a ski trip somewhere, in the winter time. Maybe some of you guys are drawn to the snow, right? Like I'm an ocean, tropical, sun, warmer climate girl myself, right? Some people, they're like, no, I got to be by the mountains. I'm a skier, right? Like we all have our own desires of what we like and what works for us, and what no longer works for us and such like that. So I'm just feeling compelled to draw a card actually from this deck here. I always ask spirit which decks are best for this, and then I just pull them out. So now, what is the message from our spirit world? Land of relationships, Venus vibes, 31st of May to the 6th of June. Right away, this card just flowed out. Wow. Now, this card has a lot of butterflies on it, and butterflies represent transformation. So, how many of you guys are transforming yourself? How many are you making changes? Transformation can go either or. When we experience something and go through something, we all get affected in our own way, and it's really important to have faith and start believing in ourselves. This card has a bird on it. The bird represents self. It's a beautiful, like a parrot, I think it. I'll share the card in a moment. It's a green parrot. Birds represent self. Green is the heart chakra. We had that heart chakra card fell out. This is Venus energy. You have to love yourself. You should be speaking from your heart, your truth always. There's a card with monkeys in here, which are called Hanuman. Maybe your mind is that monkey mind. Maybe it's overthinking a little bit too much. We have some flowers in here to radiate that goddess beautiful energy within. There's beautiful scents to flowers. What a beautiful card. It's time for you to love yourself. Take time out for you. Maybe you're going to get your hair done. Maybe you're going to get your nails done. Maybe some of you guys are going to get a haircut. Maybe some of you guys are going to change your wardrobe. Maybe, you're going to go weightlifting. Maybe some of you women are changing your appearance, and so on and so on and so on. Or maybe it's like, when was the last time you bought yourself something? Buying ourselves something doesn't mean it has to be a lot of money. No, right? There's no value on something just because it's like hugely expensive. You know, when I travel to certain places and such like that, I like to be really connected with the local people and the culture and such like that. So anytime I travel somewhere, people think I live there. I'm like, no, right? Because I like to kind of fit in. I'm not somebody who's very flashy and wear all this flashy stuff. No, no, I like to keep a low profile. Why would I go there wearing all my, like jewelry and all of these things? No, I like to keep a low profile, enjoy myself, talk to the locals, and I always meet new people from my soul tribe no matter where I go, when you're open, be yourself, when you're being authentic, when you're being your true self, you're going to attract your tribe, right? So now make sure you guys subscribe to my channel in order to get videos and content and to be able to find out when I'm going live and doing some free clairvoyant readings, you know, please make some comments. Let me know what's going on with you guys. Like my channel. And, you can watch my videos on YouTube here from when I did go live doing some readings. So only if you subscribe to Jeni. All right, you guys. Namaste. Wishing you all the very